Hey everyone, this is Julian from the Buy New Lab. In this video, I'm going to be talking about confidence during trading. Okay, so have you ever had the moment in time where you felt like you just didn't dare to take the trade, or you just felt that damn it, why is it sometimes when I'm trading I just feel so on point, but today, or let's say yesterday, I was feeling on point, but today my heart's in a flutter, and one of my members ever actually asked me to make a topic. In fact, her name is Rachel, by the way, and she started out with an account of $50 on a project of doing 5% trades, and over a period of time grew her account to over 3,000. Great feat, right? But the only thing is that, in a later stage, she sent me a message and she said, could you do a video about this? And she said that lately, when I'm taking these trades, I'm still profiting, but the thing is that, my heart is pounding and I feel as though my heart is going to come out through the front of my chest. So if you ever felt that way, comment beneath this video, and in fact, this video is meant for you. So confidence in trading, and how do we manage the confidence? Sometimes, ain't it funny why we have it, sometimes we lose it? Okay, so I want to share with you that this is something that everyone goes through, okay? And it's also like when my daughter went for a dance class. My daughter used to be a very shy girl that has the fear of appearing in front of a lot of people to do something. So let's say she could be really good in a dance studio, but once she goes out and says like, hey, a whole bunch of strangers, she just don't dare do a single thing. And I remember a time when I saw her dance teacher speaking to her, and her dance teacher was saying that sometimes I know that you're scared, but the thing is that I'm scared too. Okay, but let's say, what if today I could give you a way to reduce, all these heart-thumping moments of trading, and a lot of people, may already find as if that high return, or let's say, more return in your trading equals to more stress. It's not necessarily the case. It doesn't have to be that way. And as a matter of fact, I want to ask you people out there, right? How many of you actually spend time doing meditation? So that's something that I used to do in my little own way. And everyone has their little own ways of doing meditation. For some people, it's peace and quiet, playing some peaceful music. For some people, it's going to a peaceful environment, like going up to the top of a hilltop, or somewhere in your quiet space in the woods, in your backyard, or let's say when your kids are out of the house and you're shut yourself in a room, put some aromatherapy. Everyone has their own little ways of doing their little bit of meditation. And for me, it could be different from you, but for me, I have a certain music track that when I play, every time it helps me look into myself, and I think of the challenges that I face, the struggles that I face, the victories that I have, and the things that I'm currently struggling with, and some of the knowledges that I may have accumulated from the past that could possibly help me with this current challenge. And then as I listen to this music track, it actually helps me to start to make sense and piece together bits and pieces of what I know, and make me realize, through the peaks and troughs of the music, because the music has a little bit of climaxes, stagnations, further climaxes, down periods, and it helps me think of the different things. About times that sometimes how I try and keep failing, or how sometimes when on that winning day, nothing can get me down. This makes me recap all the emotions I have at the various points of my trading. Sometimes it's been, totally smooth. Sometimes it's been, ups and downs. And sometimes, I question myself. But at the same time, the music helps me to summon the emotions that I have on the winning times, and the times I had all those aha moments, and bring it back to the time of a struggle. And I start to think to myself that, hey, I never actually thought of doing it this way. I never thought of doing it that way. And this could actually work if I did it this approach on this situation. Why don't I try that? And then I start to visualize myself applying it to this and that. And if you trade as often as I do, and in fact, if you're even watching this video, it's probably because you already spent a lot of time trading You spend a lot of time watching the price action. And you know why is it that every single time you do a trade in a certain way, it always works out? Or if you always do this trade in a certain way, it always goes against you, but yet you still do. But with that knowledge, is there something that you're not trying out yet? Alright, is there something that could possibly work, but you're just leaving out there on the shelf, watching the successful trade go by and go by and go by as trades not taken time and time again? Okay, so what I wish for you to do is to find your little way of doing that meditation. And it's interesting how when I do this, okay, so let's say I was in a really in a disturbed state of mind for the past 3 weeks. Why? Because I moved house. Technically, I'm in a better place, a better environment, and now you hear all this nice nature around, a little bit of renovations going around, but mainly I hear a lot of birds and crickets and everything, and that's wonderful. Air is fresh. Sitting out here in the balcony, less industrial vehicles moving around, and technically I should be feeling a lot better. However, you know, I'm getting like different sleep hours. I'm going to bed earlier, waking up way earlier. I used to wake at 11, now I'm waking at like 6 plus in the morning. And then, you know, there's the traffic of sending the kids to school. And although I love driving, as you know from my previous videos, however, it also makes me very agitated because I have this tendency to like to, I see an adrenaline rush in every situation on the road, you know, and it's a great emotional payoff just to make a nice overtake and stuff. Just like sometimes when we do in a trade, but at the same time, you know, that disturbs the restful state of mind that I want to be in. And depending on the traffic coming back from the school, because it is the rush hour, and I've never really experienced the rush hour for the last 5 years of being self-employed and you know, doing my own business online, trading online, and suddenly experiencing the rush hour, coming back from the rush hour, trying to get in time for a webinar, but also worrying that my dog needs to be taken out for a walk in the neighborhood or a run, and there could be stray dogs running around, and I have to be on guard. So these factors make me in a very disturbed state of mind and unable to calm down. So what I found out that works really well is that, you know, the admin of my group, Catherine, she actually, you know, told me that you sound a little bit different than you used to maybe a couple of months ago, and I'm actually a bit concerned. Have you been meditating? Because you said you used to do that. So what I've done today is I played my favorite music track that I like to meditate to, get my thoughts together, and this is the same music track that every single time when I have a challenge in my trading, when I find that something's not working, I listen to this track and I make sense of, you know, the mistakes that I'm making and the opportunities I'm leaving out. And when I get back onto and after that session, I gave myself a bit of time to peace out, you know, just calm myself down. It, like, sometimes, you know, you could be like rushing home, just trying to trade a news release, and you really know that you should be spending the 5-10 minutes at least to calm yourself down, get your pulse rate down, just like snipers, you need to calm themselves, get your pulse rate down, and then get ready to trade. But maybe you're not doing that after some whatever reason. So what I found out is that trade opportunities are plenty, okay? And you don't want to be in that rush state of mind. Let's say if you're back from a rush hour, you're rushing to have your meal, you're rushing to take the dog for a walk, and you're rushing on your trade. You end up like chasing the trade, or let's say your computer is not charged, and it's just a matter of patience. So what I've started to teach in my webinars lately is that there's just abundant opportunities. We don't have to rely on news releases exclusively, and we don't even necessarily need to be in very active parts of the market, but we're looking for certain things to happen at a very particular time. You know, sometimes if the opportunities aren't as many, then go for high percentage opportunities that don't happen so often, so that you trade less but make more. Okay, and when when obviously that's going to take some adjustment, practice. Like I said, that the importance of a demo account is so great, but at the same time, whether you're practicing in your live or your demo, you want to treat it with the same amount of importance, and that goal should be to win with confidence. And let's say if you missed out on something, be very quick to identify where you went wrong. Sometimes you're in time to sell the trade, but sometimes you're not. But the important thing is, don't beat yourself up on it. Immediately understand where you went wrong. Like, oh, I forgot to check the higher time frame. Oh, I forgot to draw this line. I forgot to draw a support line. As a matter of fact, this trade should have been done a different way. It wasn't ready for the next 30 seconds. So when you start to know that and start to get your grips on what's happening, when you start to get yourself in sync, take time to sync yourself with the markets. And when you get in sync, at least when you win or when you lose, you feel one very important two words, okay? In control. Okay, in control. You need to feel in control. Whether you're winning or losing, you need to feel in control and on top of the situation at all times. The most recent webinar that I did with my Binary Lab members, I felt in control. Yes, I did make some careless mistakes, but the wins, I picked it out perfectly, and at the same time, the losses, I know where exactly I went wrong. It didn't get to me. And because it didn't get to me, I didn't feel fear of taking the next trade. I felt as though that when I was taking the trade, I saw the mistake happen. Like, well, I should have known better. And when I'm taking the right trade, I'm keeping a lookout. Okay, like I'm looking at I'm checking a higher and lower time frame. I'm looking at my technical indicators. I'm looking at the price movement. Is it moving gradually in my direction? If I think it's going to be breaking out further into the direction I've taken, and I see it do that, that's affirmation that what I believed in is happening. Okay, so these are the ways that I use to gain confidence in my trading, and I think it's just so important that you want to try and doing some kind of meditation. I used to do that when I run or walk my dog. Unfortunately, like in this new neighborhood, there's a lot of stray dogs running around all over the place. Some are nice, but many of them are not so nice. So I have to be vigilant, and that puts me on a high alert mode. In the time that I'm usually listening to my favorite music track, or even just like saying some affirmations to myself, or like saying some discoveries that I found to myself, and just thinking aloud. That's what I used to do a lot on an almost daily basis. But when I stopped that, it's like, hey, I'm missing something out. So for those of you who are interested in what this music track is that I listen to, once again, it works for me, but it may not work for you. Go to mixcloud.com, or you can look in a music store. It's Goriella by Ferry Corsten. So there's a couple of tracks by Goriella. My favorite one is it's called something like Above the Clouds or Into the Clouds. So that's my favorite track, and you can check that out and have a listen to it. I would actually very much love to do like audio tape of affirmations related to trading, which I constantly think of as I listen to this music track, and I do this on a very regular basis. So it's like I play this track very often, and every time I think to myself, I talk to myself in the tonations of the music, and it helps me so much. It helps me get my thoughts on track. It helps me put my analysis and my speculations into place, such that when I go to my trading account the next time, I know exactly what I want to do, and I know exactly what I want to look into, what I want to test, what I want to adjust. All right, so I encourage you to do that. Let me know how it works out for you, okay? And you could be meditating a different way, but think about these things. Listen to this video twice if you need to, and if you found this video beneficial, I want to hear your thoughts in the comments box below. And if you have a different form of meditation that works well for you, and that you probably stopped doing for a while, and you went back to doing it today when you watch this video, come back here again on this video and let me know what is it that you did, and let me know how it worked out for you. All right, I'm interested to hearing from you. And if you like this video, and I encourage you to like and subscribe. Check out my other videos as well. And also follow me on Facebook. It's facebook.com/the Binary Lab page. If you're not already inside my trading community, you're most welcome to sign up for my mailing list to find out what it's all about. All right, you don't have to jump in straight away, although you can. It's thebinarylab.net/sign-up. I'll see you in the Binary Lab. Good trading to you. More power. Bye for now.